It could be live. Don't get too weird.
Yeah, it's like I said. I'm like, don't say. I'm like, that's what I said. It's like, hey, don't say anything stupid. We have other people. We have other people not on our team.
Oh man.
You know, people don't feel too happy about that.
I mean, people are sensitive.
Yeah. Let's see. Are we still live? YouTube. I'm sure you're gonna tell us otherwise. I am waiting for. Let's see. I see. Can I see my live? Go live. Go. 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 It's your live.
Go.
Ba. Stream now. Classic. Let's see what the light says.
Let's see.
Welcome back. Keeler is tiny.
Welcome back.
Are we live? We are. All right, cool. We are live. We pick back up. So we are here. We are live. Audio never missed a blip. But as I was saying, what were we saying? Oh, purge. The word purge.
I don't think that I'm defaulting to it because it sounds cooler. I'm defaulting to it because I'm staying away from these other things that I think could be misleading.
Oh yeah, problematic. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, problematic.
White people took it. White people. It was white people's word immediately, and then black people took it because white.
Black people.
Yeah, or the left, whoever you want to call it, whatever. So it's different.
You're calling the the left and black people are not synonymous. They tend to flock together, which still fucking shocks me every time. But anyway.
Yes.
Anyway, Anthony,
it's
soon I will get a real sauna in this house. Not one of your fucking silly infrared gimmicks. I mean the motherfucker that you pour the water on, and then you fucking beat yourself with the sticks.
No, that sounds like no. That's your kind of sauna. That's not everybody else's kind of sauna.
No, I'm serious. Look it up.
No, I believe that the Russian oligarchs, they come in there, beat you with that basil branches.
The oligarchs.
They beat you with the basil branches, let you know.
Look, I'm excited about it, is all I'm saying.
I get it.
You know what else I'm excited about?
Pro wrestling.
Well, I feel both ways about pro wrestling right now.
Yes.
I feel all the ways about wrestling right now. So, okay, today is a pro wrestling holiday. It is Double or Nothing, which is All Elite Wrestling's big pay-per-view for the summer. And one thing bums me out about it, and it's I don't know, man. It sounds bad. Like people could take this the wrong way. And this is the same thing. Like language is so funny these days, and so is who you choose to criticize.
Yeah.
And if you criticize certain people think you have certain politics.
Yes.
So let's see how motherfuckers react to this. So there's a young lady named Nyla Rose, right? And by young lady, some people already think that I'm pandering to one side or the other, right? Because this person is trans. Nyla Rose is trans. And she wrestles women, and she's giant, right? She's big as fuck.
No.
Big as fuck, Anthony. A gigantous person, right? And they did a spot where two women pick up Nyla on her shoulders and throw her on top of another woman, and that woman is now injured. The woman who is underneath the giant human that was falling, the woman on the ground who took the impact is now injured. And that kind of pissed me off when it happened. Because when I saw that happening, I'm like, exactly why is that happening? Does that advance anybody's story? Does that make the match better in any way? Do we need that spot? And then, to have it end in injury is shitty. And then, then all the shitty questions have to be asked now, right?
Why is a man wrestling with women?
Yep. Well, if this person was genetically female, wouldn't they have been smaller or lighter? And it's well, not really. There's a big lady named Nia Jax who's been a woman her whole fucking life. Who's bigger? The question is, why do we do that spot? And that just bummed me out. It bummed me out that a person who would have an opportunity to shine tonight isn't going to get to do that. And that sucks, because they just made a stupid call. Let's take the biggest person in the ring and throw them on top of somebody for no fucking reason. Like, it sucks. Like, that really broke my heart. I thought it did until my heart actually got broken. And we'll get to that too. Somebody broke my heart. All that's left of it. Now it's just nothing. Now there's nothing.
Nothing.
My last feeling got fucking killed. And I'm not even kidding. Like, my very last feeling is gone. Like, it's gone.
No. What happened?
It's gone, dude. It's gone. I'm out of feelings. Everybody says they're out of fucks. You're all a bunch of fucking liars. Like, I'm entirely out of feelings, though. Like, I'm entirely out.
There you go.
I don't have any more left. Okay, so that girl's not going to get to wrestle. Her name's Britt Baker. Britt's not going to get to wrestle, and I think that fucking sucks. Besides that, I'm looking forward to watching a spectacular event. John Moxley, who lives in Vegas and trains at Extreme Couture, is going to be defending his world title. Cody Rhodes is wrestling, so I'm excited about that shit. But even though it's a wrestling day, it's also a fucking heartbreaking wrestling day because a fucking young woman named Hana Kimura took her own life. And it always fucking hurts my feelings when somebody does that, when someone chooses to do that. And she did it not because everyone can say it's because you wanted to or it's because this or that. But, like, I do think that one should look at the contributing factors when it comes to things like this so that they can be prevented in general. Which is convenient for me to think so. Because a lot of times I say shit like, it's on you and it's da-da-da-da. It's like, but, like, with this, I know I can be a hypocrite, but I just don't care. It's a soft issue for me. It's a soft issue for me. And it's a soft issue because I buried people that I loved before because of this shit. And it's always these little things that people that have already existing issues, it'll, like, be the thing that is the tipping point. And, like, it creates an environment where they think it's an okay choice to make.
Yeah.
And you have to be cautious with the things you say to people, especially if you're joining a mob of people that are saying it. And I think the internet makes it very easy to do that. I think the internet makes it very easy to pile up on a person like they're not a human being, like they're, like, just an entity, something for you to interact with. You forget that person probably hasn't lost their last fucking feeling. You forget that person probably is going to be impacted by the weight of all these opinions. And Hana Kimura was 22 years old when she decided that the weight of this, and I'll paraphrase it because a lot of these things have been taken off the internet, and I think that was because her family wanted them to. But she said something to the effect of she didn't want to be human anymore. And to me, like, when a person has gotten to a point where they're like, I'm going to really make this decision right now.
Yeah. Like,
you got to start thinking about, like, how do we treat each other? Like, especially, like, everybody's been crazy. So, like, the one consistent thing in your life, her mother was a professional wrestler. So the one consistent thing in your life is essentially not a part of your life right now. No one's wrestling except for, like, a few companies. No one's earning off wrestling. And you're on this TV show on Netflix called Terrace House, right? And part of this TV show it's a reality show. There was another person on the show in the cast, and they had made a mistake with her laundry and shrank her wrestling gear, which sounds like, so what? Well, it was her wrestling gear from Wrestle Kingdom this past year, where she was the first ever female match in the history of New Japan in Wrestle Kingdom. So their big match, their big shit is WrestleMania. They never had, like, it's Wrestle Kingdom. It's like their equivalent, right? They never had female wrestlers on it, ever. And she wrestled on that in a dark match for Stardom. And the guy shrank her gear from that match. Just imagine if you won an international tournament or something. You won the Worlds or you won Pans and your fucking idiot roommate shrank your fucking gi. Or shrank your fucking, or like called themselves washing your like UFC gloves from winning a title and burned them. like just like there's a big hole from bleach in the middle of your fucking glove that you won the belt in. You'd be fucking livid. You'd be fucking livid. That person would honestly be lucky if they didn't get beaten up. If they weren't struck in some way.
Yeah.
So she reacted poorly. She was like, motherfucker, what the fuck? And the guy felt bad and he left the show. And so people started writing to her in social media with like suggestions that she should fucking kill herself and calling her fucking names because she's part Indonesian. And just like color cultures over here, just like blacks and Puerto Ricans and Dominicans have color sickness, Asians have fucking sicknesses too.
Yeah.
And so Indonesian people aren't as good as Japanese people for whatever fucking arbitrary reason. And so you send her shit. You send her racist fucking messages. And then she makes a giant mistake. She does something fucking stupid. And now she's not here. I can't imagine if like writing some shit like that to somebody else. I could never fucking do that. I could never be like, stranger I've never met. Let me just throw some fucking hate your way.
You know,
I don't have that kind of time.
You know the worst part about it?
What?
Is that they probably don't feel bad about it.
I mean, some of them don't feel bad about it. I bet most of them do. I don't think they're actually sociopaths. I think when they do it, they just assume these people can fucking handle it. They don't think that it's a big deal. And they don't know them. They don't go to school with you. They're not going to see you tomorrow. So they just say whatever the fuck they want to say. And they think it just disappears into the ether. Well, newsflash, it doesn't. There's no such thing as ether anymore. Everything is everything. And you have to treat it that way. These motherfuckers want to run around wearing masks so that we don't breathe on each other, so that we're all protected. But you won't protect each other from each other's words. They're going to have to make rules about it. You can't just do it your fucking self. You can't just not be a cunt. They're going to have to make rules saying what kind of speech we can say. They're going to end up doing that. That's what's going to happen. We're gonna work ourselves into being censored. That's what's going to happen. And we're going to accept it. Because somebody else's kid is going to die. And then they're going to be like, we shouldn't allow this. And so there'll be all kinds of phrases and words we can't say. There'll be jokes we can't tell. Because you can't not be a fucking asshole. Like, it sucks. It sucks. She had her whole life ahead of her. Like, fuck her wrestling career. She had her whole life ahead of her. People don't think of that shit. Like how mentally sound are you? Are you sure? Like what has to happen before I can say the right thing to you to make you do something fucking stupid? And it may seem like it's impossible. It's not. It could be you. It could be you. Nobody's strong all the time. Nobody. I catch you in the right moment. I can say something to you that makes you think about killing yourself. Like, for sure. Just has to be the right moment. And you never know what someone else is going through. So just act like that. Act accordingly. Don't be a fucking asshole. Ever. Just be nice. It's not even that hard. I barely like people, Anthony. You know this. Yeah. Like I'm not even that personable. I make a lot of effort. It takes a lot of fucking effort for me to be nice. It's not my default setting. It just looks like it. Oh, there's Darren smiling again. Why? Because I know this life is fucking terrible and it sucks. Because it sucks. And you didn't ask to be here. I know I didn't. So I'm not going to scowl at you because I already know it fucking sucks here. Why would you write something shitty to somebody who you don't know? Fuck. It just sucks. It just sucks. So, Anthony, I need you to give me the weirdest and best news.
Do you know of a band called Death Angel?
No, but I want to know everything.
Okay. So basically, so as the coronavirus pandemic continues, researchers are discovering new symptoms and side effects of the disease. Some people who have recovered from COVID-19 are still reporting lingering chest pains and shortness of breath. And in some cases, people are reporting a rash disgustingly referred to as COVID toes. And in at least one report, the novel coronavirus has caused visions of a Dante-like trip to hell.
What?
According to the San Francisco Chronicle datebook, the thrash metal band Death Angel was in Europe for a tour in early March when the outbreak went global. They canceled the tour and headed back to the U.S., but on the flight back, drummer Will Carroll started showing symptoms. After testing positive, he spent 12 days in the medically induced coma. When he finally woke up on March 30th, the staff at California Pacific Medical Center applauded. The medical staff couldn't believe it. They were ecstatic because it was a success story. Carroll had more reason to celebrate, not just because he was returning to good health, but because those 12 days were full of some pretty upsetting visions. While in the coma, Carroll said he had dreams of visiting the afterlife. He saw himself leave his body and plummet down to hell, where Satan, a woman in his case, punished him for the deadly sin of sloth, morphing him into a Jabba the Hutt-like character monster who vomited blood until he had a heart attack. I woke up in the hospital bed with tubes coming in and out of me, and there was a nurse right there, and for my first words were, "Am I still in hell?" Carroll said, and the nurse ignored me. It takes a very professional nurse to take a patient rambling about hell in stride. In Carroll's case, though, the experience that has him really reevaluating some things. I'm still going to listen to satanic music. I still love Decide and bands like that, but he told the Chronicle, as far as for my personal life and my experience of what I went through, I don't think Satan's quite as cool as I used to.
He's like, I met Satan while I was asleep, and that bitch ain't worth writing about anymore. Sure, I'll show up at a couple of her parties, but we're not tight no more. Like, it's not even cool. Yeah. Like, we're not homies anymore. Oh, that's hilarious. Like, I mean, is he gonna continue to play with Death Angel?
Yeah. He's still gonna do the music. He's like
yeah.
Commercially,
gotta get this paper.
It's fine, but spiritually and personally, no, he's not doing it.
People do get into like not necessarily the devil, but like Satanism and like magic.
Oh yeah,
people get into that, man.
Yeah. So basically, what is it? God dang it, I can't think of it now. So like magic is like the Chinese mysticism for like poor white people.
Whoa!
No, it's the truth. No, it's the truth. That's something a poor white person said. I never thought about it like that, but that's so true.
You're like, this is a quote. This is not. Is it a personal, impoverished white person or like?
No, it's from Duncan's his new podcast show.
Yes.
Have you seen it
yet? The show on Netflix?
Yeah, it's a pretty good show.
Tell me what it's called right now.
I don't remember, dude. But it's basically like the idea of basically
Google that.
Animated podcast. It's like an animated podcast essentially.
I saw a few episodes of that, and it made me happy. But I just know when to stop because you see all the colors and the artwork is familiar because I've seen Adventure Time before.
Yeah.
But tell everyone the name of it.
Give me a second.
Duncan Trussell Netflix TV show.
The Midnight Gospel.
Yeah, the Midnight Gospel with Clancy.
Yes, Clancy.
With Clancy as the main character. Yeah, everyone should watch that shit. Of course, like, get nice and high, get nice and tall, if you will. And then watch that shit. It's spectacular.
Yeah.
I love you.
There's a lot of people I recognize that. Let's see. Oh, also, one last one and we can get out of here. Baloney smugglers caught at the border. Yes. So Border Patrol agents have seized 590 pounds of smuggled bologna in cold cuts in two different incidents. The first incident took place on May 13th at Yelp Support. A driver of the GMC Acadia arrived from Mexico. The driver initially did not declare any agricultural food items during the primary inspection. The vehicle was...
Declare that meat?
Yeah, basically people are finding just basically bologna, I think because of the meat shortage, that this possibly might happen soon.
See, but bologna's gross.
Yeah.
And, I mean, It's not that I don't like hot dogs. Like cheap hot dogs, I'll eat a cheap hot dog, especially if you grill it. And then like that, by the same like logic, some people think that I should like a fried bologna sandwich, but they're not the same thing, Anthony.
I don't need to know.
And if a person were to give me a fried bologna sandwich, Anthony,
I'd be very upset.
do you know what I would do with that thing?
Throw it in their face, as you should, like an American.
I would hold it, and I would slap it back and forth like I was taking my gloves off and challenging them to a duel. I would be like, and then we would fight, because if I slap you with a sandwich, you're probably going to want to fight me. So right after I get that third stroke, it's got to be
the last stroke where the mustard comes across the face on the nose. Yeah.
Right after that third, then it's going to be headbutt, because I already know it's serious, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how you do it. So no bologna sandwiches here, sir.
Whoa!
But
what is this?
What is this?
Son killed father while on video chat in Long Island. If this is real, I want to see this.
Oh, man. Why do you got to make it dark?
What?
It's already dark enough. Oh, man. Did you just watch someone get shot in the face?
No.
You son of a bitch. You live leaking motherfucker. We got to get you off of the fucking Tor browser, dude. We got to fucking bring you back. Oh, no, Anthony. It's making you make all kinds of faces.
Okay, so this his dad was on a Zoom call with 20 people when his son just walked in, who's 32, and just stabs him several times in front of everybody on that Zoom call.
Oh, man. Now, was this a revenge killing, or is the son severely mentally ill?
Nobody knows yet. This just happened.
Okay.
But yeah,
that's got to be one or the other. Like, because when you do that, you know you're going to jail. Is what I'm saying. Yeah. Like, if I stab you, if I walk into the room and I hear you talking into nothing, then I know there's at least one witness, right? You're probably on your Bluetooth. If you're talking into nothing, you're probably talking to a human being via a device. And if the screen is open and you're sitting in front of it and you're like,
hey son, how's it going?
And I just start giving you the fucking business.
Hey son, what's with that knife? Put that kitchen knife down. That's my favorite. Oh,
I don't give a fuck. I'm hacking away, bro. You already know what it is. Like you've thrown away. You've thrown away your life. So that's either because you're utterly insane, or because like you're tired of like him like fucking your kids. Like you know what I mean? Like. Dude, he did something that made it so that you don't give a fuck. So that was either like not get you your script or fuck your kids. Like he did something. Something went wrong there. That sucks. Has he been arrested?
Oh yeah, he got arrested. He's charged with
something.
So basically, they caught him at a hospital because he jumped out of a window to get out of the house. I don't know why, but. So he had to go to the hospital and get that fixed, and they caught him there. Never go to the hospital. Rule number 1, you have to know how to do medical stuff. You're going to commit dangerous crimes. Rule number 1.
If you're not a fucking mobile medic, if you're not able to keep it moving in the streets, get a flame, some thread, a sharp object, something like a tight t-shirt and some alcohol. If you can't make it work, what the fuck are we doing major crimes for, dog?
Yeah, pretty much.
What are you doing? On the run forever?
Yeah.
And you can't even close a wound?
Exactly. What are you doing? Like, how? How are you going to survive? Where are you going to go?
It's hard to plan for everything. As this pandemic has taught us, Anthony.
It has taught us.
See, I can always bring it back to that like some asshole. That's how everyone does it. As the pandemic has taught us,
it's taught us quite a bit.
It's difficult to be prepared for everything.
It's difficult. It is difficult for everything. It's difficult. It's always difficult.
It is.
Life's hard.
Life is hard. It's so hard.
Oh, there's so many. There's so much more. Wait, hold on. One more. Man tries to set 4-year-old on fire to burn demon out of him.
How dare you, Anthony?
Hold on. What is this?
Why do you insist on the darkness today?
Whoa. This guy.
The whole point of Weird News today was to cheer me up after the fucking maybe most promising prospect in all of women's wrestling fucking takes her own life. And then you're like, oh, fucking Dad murdered my son. Fucking, oh look, child set aflame. Like, well, now have a nice weekend, guys. Like, you son of a bitch.
Yeah. Hold on, Jesus, this is wild. So this guy, a Pennsylvania man, arrested after he dosed a 4-year-old boy with gasoline and threatened to burn the demon out of him. Dosed. He was dosed.
It's the same.
He dosed him.
Look what you're doing. You know, you're a piece of shit, Anthony. You're making me laugh. I don't want to laugh. It's not time for laughing.
Basically, if we can't get the demon out of him, I'll burn it out of him. The man said,
This is the sickness of people, though. See, that's the thing. All right, so everyone that has religion doesn't have crazy religion, and everyone that has crazy religion isn't crazy enough to execute. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
There's like a chart. It's not like it's not quite a Venn diagram, but it could be. And it's like it's like there's religion, then there's crazy religion, then there's crazy people with crazy religion, then there's crazy people with crazy religion who will take crazy action. So just because you think there's a Jesus doesn't mean that you're going to set your kid on fire. And just because you think that a demon could get inside your kid doesn't mean you think a demon is in your kid. And just because you think a demon is in your kid doesn't mean you would set him on fire.
Yeah, that seems like a counterintuitive thing. You should definitely go for drowning. I would definitely think drowning would be the first move you should go for.
Oh my God.
Not setting your kid on fire. I mean, aren't you like giving them superpowers? It's like, hey.
As the trials have taught us.
Yeah, I'm like, isn't it like, hey, don't they get like, stronger with the fire?
Can't swim.
It's like demons don't know what water is.
You're trying to bring me into your cesspool. Which I would normally be a part of. I just don't feel.
Oh, so silly.
I don't feel right about it, Anthony.
I don't. Oh, and he hit a guy with a brick too. That's the other thing the guy did too. Somebody tried to stop him.
After.
Yeah, he got hit with a brick. He said grab a brick and said punch this dude out. I said no, you can't stop me from committing my crime. I need to burn my son and get this stuff out of him. He literally, this dude comes up, hey, you can't do that. Grabs a brick, knocks him out. He's like, hey, shut the fuck up. You can't tell me what to do. I run my life.
He's trying to make sure that demons didn't take over the earth.
He said, it's my son. I can do whatever I want. God told somebody to kill their kid.
They think that if you make a person that like you can actually do whatever you want with them now. Like there are people that think that.
Yeah.
It's not that you don't have like first say, right? But like you don't get to just do whatever you want. Because you might want to do some super foul shit. But like, you get to say where he goes to school and shit. Like we can talk about diet, like as long as you're feeding your child, right? Like
yeah, you can.
You can't just be like, oh, and now I think I will set this child ablaze. It's like your child's not a T-shirt. Like if I want to set a T-shirt on fire, no one's gonna stop me. But you're not gonna let me set like an actual creature on fire.
Yeah. Because
no actual creature is actually yours.
Nope.
That's it. That's all there is to it.
There you go. Freedom,
simple.
Freedom for everybody.
People aren't T-shirts. Anthony?
Yes.
I thank you for your morbid attempt to try to cheer me up.
There you go.
You son of a bitch. I will leave you with this, Anthony. I've been working on something for myself. I've been trying to say yes. You know what I'm saying? I've been trying to say yes to things. Like today I'm doing a private right after this podcast, essentially. Mm-hmm. And I also did a private at like a late night private, like at an undisclosed time. I did a super late one. And when the person asked me to do it, my first instinct was like, fuck no. And so I said yes.
Yeah.
And it was awesome. I had a good time. And it reminded me of like a good time in my life. And so the next time somebody tells you, if you're listening to this podcast, gives you something or an opportunity to do something and you're like, your instinct says no, but it's not something that would actually harm you in any way, right? It's like something that would be an opportunity and you're like, oh, I don't know, it'll be a little difficult, or oh, I don't know, it's not convenient. Say yes. Just say yes to that. Like, don't worry about the convenience of it. Just say yes. It'll be awesome.
Yes. Anthony, and with that, I will start doing prostitution. So sounds like a good thing. So
yeah, hoe it out.
Yeah. See you guys later.
Anthony, this is goodbye for real. Goodbye, Internet.